That was a very fun day. We're sitting on 6 hours and 5 minutes and 8 seconds, and my hair's full of stars. We're going to pop over to have a chat with the awesome DC Deep. Let's see if I can find him in the land of Zoom. How is everybody tonight? Did you have a fun day? What happened on everybody's weekend? Tell me all your tales. Signing in, signing in. Sometimes we sign in like this, and sometimes we sign in like that. Click, click, clickety click, 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 clickety. No, don't want to start that meeting. I would like to see Doug, please. Meetings, Doug, start. Is he here? Is he here? Doug, hello? I am now the host. Yay! Can you hear me? Hello? I can hear you.
Let me get this stupid.
Hi. How
Hello.
are you? Are you excited?
Well, I'm hoping I don't screw this up.
No, there's no way that you can. Now, I'm going to bring you into the room. Doug, they can hear your beautiful voice, but they can't see you yet. So I'm just going to put on a bit of a virtual background for myself.
Well, that's a cool one.
You like that one? You like it?
Yeah, actually.
Or this one?
Well, that one probably had the least amount of green screen effect, but
Don't you think?
yeah, but the other one definitely with the dark world was cool because
You prefer the dark world because we're going deep, aren't we?
well, it's your background.
Okay.
But this one I like. This one actually I kind of like a lot better than the plain Starfield, just because it's got a little more light and it's got something to break up the monotony.
Okay, so we're both on the stream now, but for some reason, of course, the overlay is working, and this thing isn't working though. For something new, let's have a little look. See. So, what have you been doing today, Doug?
4 hours of meetings.
Oh my gosh.
And trying. I tried to finish up the photo set, so there'd be something short enough not to bore everyone to death.
No, we're not bored. So you've been in the room all day with us?
Actually, I thought it was starting 11 Central, so I kicked in there and nope, no. And then I went back and looked again, and it was noon. And okay, I'll eat lunch and see what happens. And then about noon 30, there you are. Okay.
Well, because we had actually, I was speaking to the amazing Ben Browder today. That's what was going on.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And we were just playing catch up, and then he likes to chat. So I was about a good 20 minutes late today. So that's what was going on there.
Well, now, we'll give you a pass on that one.
We get a pass on that one there?
Because it's Ben.
Yes. So I want to know, what have you been up to lately, please? Give me the whole rundown.
Well, working from home, but trying to do more on these, trying to organize like 6,000 pictures that I've gotten taken over the last 15 years.
What? 6,000?
And then 5,500, 6,000, somewhere in there. How I got it down to the number in the photo set that I sent you a link about, I don't know, but and then I don't know. My daughter moved out a year ago, so it's just me by myself and going. I can't go. A lot of the photos are things like trips, stuff that I've done on trips, or there's several food festivals and other things that I like to go to on a regular basis, and I haven't been able to do that. And then there's the poems, which I got inspired to turn into videos and see if I could do it. Could I actually make this happen? Could I do something that wouldn't be just a boring talking head sitting on a video?
I think they're fantastic. They're really intense in a good way though. They really bring a lot up for me personally. They're very
Yeah.
poignant and dark and
Well, I sent you a sneak peek.
are
Um,
you gonna share your screen so we can see it through your angle? Because I think it's better if we see it through your stuff. Because then you get to, if I play it on my end,
it'll be
you
it'll
can't see what I'm seeing. Do you know what I mean? Whereas
right.
you
Yeah.
play it, then you can do it.
If I play it, also something I sent a message to Ashley about is that the last of the videos, I think I messed up on the microphone boost, so the audio level is a lot lower. So if I play it, I tried it to fix it by playing it through YouTube. You could probably tweak the audio level, but I can probably fix it up just playing it through VLC on my side,
Okay.
like I did that one Friday night, and I'll just boost it to 125%, and it might be loud enough.
All right.
But
We can have a play.
okay,
But it
and
was loud enough the day that we did the Zoom thing.
okay, well, maybe something happened. Maybe Zoom did something to it. Anyway, what I was saying is I sent you a sneak peek. I was hoping that you got to Florida okay and everything, and I sent you a sneak peek on one of the next three poems that I'm working on storyboarding.
Cool.
So that one's the one that I would choose would be one that's not as dark as the others, or not as heavy. So
Well,
maybe that'll
wait.
be a nice thing.
We want to hear a few of them.
Oh, I've got the 4 from Friday night already queued up.
Good. Okay, got you.
But I thought, maybe the next one, I'm not a one trick pony. I don't have to do
Yes.
everything dark. Plus, that one night I was glad that Live Man had something interesting to follow up with, because I knew what those were going to do to the mood. So
It's good. No, but it's good. It's good because I think it's important that we one thing that we've all been all of us mob, we're all very open with each other, and we've in the Zoom meetings to the Twitch tribe to
yeah,
I've been very very open about this weirdness of the year and stuff that's gone on in my life too. And I think it's important, like we don't have a lot of human contact at the moment, so if you feel comfortable, and this is to complete safe, we
no,
should protect each other and look after each other. And I think it's great that I think it's fantastic that you're diving into these amazing, you've got such a huge talent, and it's so beautiful that you're brave enough that, like when I listened to your poems and when you read me the poem in Iowa, this may not, I don't know how to word it properly, but it's kind of nice to know that other people were a bit heartbroken too. Does that make sense? Not nice to know that you're heartbroken, but that you too
yeah.
have felt darkness. Like, sometimes you think we go through crap in your life and you think it's just you because it gets bigger in your head and stuff like that. So it's nice to hear the words. And like we were talking about it in the Zoom meeting, that it would be good to put it to a cause, did you say you already had approached like a
One
site
of
that was
those
helping?
one of the poems that I read that Friday night on the video was one that I hadn't shared the poems with anybody really, but some very close friends. And one of them was from a place that was not a very pleasant part of the world, and he felt that the one was something that maybe I ought to try publishing, because he thought that would be an anthem for what the poem was about, I guess, which I'll leave as a surprise. But I mean, I can talk about what I think these poems are about, but I kind of think it would be important if anyone's listening to maybe see if they have. I'd feel better if they can find their own hook, their own meaning
The way they
to
connect with it.
themselves. Yeah, to themselves, or whatever they felt, whatever they believe. And if that connection happens, even with just one person, then that's enough.
I'm with you.
So
And would you, how would you like to, do you want to fall into pictures first, or do you want to do a bit of both, or how do you see us taking the journey together?
Um, we could go the poems first because and we can follow the pictures because the pictures will be maybe a little lighter.
Okay,
And
cool.
also, I'm okay with. It sounds like it sounds like how you've been kind of advertising is the poems for is the poems first and pictures second. Then I'm okay with that sequence.
Okay, cool. All right. That sounds cool. Texodo says he has no human contact, but that's because he's not human.
Well, I mean, he can. Yeah, well, there's plenty of people that I see on the TV that I am fairly convinced are no longer or never were human, but usually they have
Exactly.
some political office or something.
I
But
know. I think we're being run by aliens on all levels. Ah.
hey,
Uh,
and does if anybody remembers the movie They Live with Roddy Piper, I think it was like 1988. That'd be a perfect example.
Listen, Texodo also wanted to know how you found the world of Gigi.
Well, that goes back to Farscape, of course.
What's that?
Durr. Uh,
Duh.
Now I caught that on the first run on Sci-Fi Channel when the local cable company decided to carry the channel. I think I fell into it probably third or fourth episode of season one, and that was like, okay, I've done sci-fi and fantasy, since the early mid '70s. Space 1999, Star Wars, everything else. Uh, Dungeons and Dragons, Tolkien, Lord of the Rings. I've done almost anything you could think of as a fan of that stuff, except the ultra D level movies occasionally. And I run across this Farscape, and it's like, what the frail is that?
What the?
Not exactly the right word, but that was a good word to learn. And they keep messing up the scheduling on the first run of the show, but it was unlike anything I'd ever seen before. And I just kept getting pulled into the story of it. And
A leaf man wants to know if Farscape's any good. And Helena says that she likes your beard.
okay. Well,
Are you blushing, Dougie? Yes.
that's been a while. I've been a single father for 27 years, so
Oh man, what an adventure, huh?
yeah. I mean, I took some time. I looked, but eventually I just decided that all that chaos was something that my daughter did not need in her life. So I just
Mm,
focused on her for
mm.
like the last 18, 20 years or so. Um, is Farscape any good? Yes. I'm going to go with a yes. There's a lot in it. I think it was before I found Farscape, I found Blake 7.
Yeah.
And that was the 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 most one of the most interesting things about that, and obviously, us, it had like really cheesy special effects compared, but it was the '70s. But the special thing obviously was that every single character on that show hated each other's guts with a passion, and was that was something I had not seen until Farscape came along. At least in the first part of the well, no, that honestly, all the way through all the 4 seasons, you guys were still hating each other in one way or another.
Yeah.
But
And it's like life, and
that
everyone. Sorry.
no, that's okay. But even though you all hated each other and each had your own agendas, but when you had to get down to it, you did care about each other. You
I'm with you.
grew to care about each other, and we as fans, we as people watching the show grew to care about you guys about because of that, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, the Fantastic Villains is good, but but having a protagonist cast that cares, even if sometimes they screw each other up, pull a rat bag trick on one another
A lot.
a lot.
It's crazy. Like, we do bad stuff to each other, but it's not like, well, some of us aren't evil, but some of the characters are a bit evil. But it's all kind of seems to be justified. Like, you can hate a character, like detest them for doing something horrible, but then an episode later or a scene later, you kind of you're still in love with them, because they're real, and
Yeah.
there's something about that you can connect with. It's a messed up family, really, isn't it?
Is there any other kind?
Right. I don't know. Not that I've ever met.
The only I mean, I've met some families that look like they belong in a Norman Rockwell painting or, or a Ronald Reagan fantasy, but they're good people. But the families that I keep running across, the families made by the friends of mine that I grew up with, the families, in one way or another, there's something broken in them.
Of course. Because we're stuck to a rock in the middle of nowhere, and we're all pretending like we know what's going on when we have no idea. And people have moments where they have challenges with life, and you need to constantly be there with love and understanding to help people through. Because I don't think anyone's truly out to get anyone else, or anyone's truly, they're doing the best they can with what they know.
Most people, yeah.
99.9%.
I try to give people a chance, and if they let me down too many times, then that's enough.
I get it.
But if they're, but I try to let people have a chance to to show who they are, if they're going to be a good person or if they're going to frill me over somehow. But
thank goodness we have that word, huh?
Well, I could fall into the Battlestar Galactica stuff, but Farscape had, I think, a wider variety.
So, Liv Man wants to know if Aaron or Zan was your favourite.
Considering who I'm talking to, that's a dangerous question.
Cheeky, very cheeky. Goodness gracious.
He left somebody off that list. What am I going to do?
I can't imagine who. What do you...
Let's put it this way. Who's the person who said yes?
The person who said yes the most to everything?
No. That'd be the person who said yes to coming to Iowa. Exactly. The person who said yes to reaching out to her fans in the way that you have.
Thanks, Dougie. You're going to get me all cry now. What are you doing? This is not how this show goes. This is not how this happens. So stop.
Okay.
That's a very, very nice thing to say. Thank you very much. So, Liv Man. So, with your poetry, did you officially study, or was it just like a natural progression when you encountered fun moments in your life?
I hated English class in high school because I never really felt like I had much of anything worth saying about when I'd have to write. I'd have to read this literature book and try and figure out what the teacher wanted me to learn from it, and then write the report about it. And I hated that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I did a lot of reading of my own. Asimov, Tolkien, others, and I love the words. And I found out very early, maybe 40, 45 years ago, about how much that words had a power, whether that was to hurt or to heal or to connect. And so I try to find the right words to say what I want to say.
I'm with you. So
So
did you start writing when you were younger, or is it something that happened further down the road?
I started, I guess it started a little later on down the road. I started writing some essays about some things, stuff that I felt were important to say. Um, Writing letters to people I used to know to try to reconnect. And one letter I spent 2 years writing to just try to
Wow.
find the right words. Didn't work, but it was worth a try. And I guess, oh, what do I want to say about that? I just I needed to write I got into the poems because I felt like it, because there was something that there was something I felt I needed to say very strongly. Um, one of these poems I've got on cue was because a friend asked me to write something about a particular thing, or I it was just I needed to say something, and to express, and to there's other ways that I could have. I'm not, I love music, but I don't play very well. There's other things that I could have done. I did this because I tried and found that I could.
Yeah.
So, and I guess you could say that it was tapping into whatever that was that I needed to say, that place, and just writing down what kind of flowed out of it. Not always in one piece at one time, but sometimes I'd have to think about it, or just step back and close my eyes and just let myself float into wherever it is those words come from, and see what comes out. See whether, and then there's, I need to make a rhyme. What word is going to work here? I think I beat up 2 or 3 thesauruses trying to work that one out. And
Yeah.
they make a rhyming thesaurus.
Wow.
If you
I
want to
didn't
find a
know that.
rhyming word, yeah, you can do that. So
That's
yes,
amazing.
I don't mind cheating, but to find the word, but if I like the word and it works there, then I'm good with that. So,
I, w- I, I want to hear some stuff, please.
okay,
Yes.
let me see.
Texodo says it would be interesting for you to have a chat. He would like to hear you and Frunium have a chat.
That uh, that would be interesting.
That would be interesting.
That would be interesting. I know that he's doing that teaching writers thing, and I have a friend of mine who has been writing essays and has published actually a couple of novel length stories. And I've known this guy for over 40 years, and he says the same thing to me of what I had to do, which was just to find something to say, and go with it,
Yeah.
see what comes out. All right, the one that I can do here. No, stop that. There we go. So I'll queue up I'll start with the one that I read to you in Davenport. All right.
Yes, I would love
Let
that.
me Let me do this. Do this. Oh, I gotta remember.
Monkey said, just hold on while I try not to cry. I'm like, I know, get ready, guys, because it's
Okay.
amazing.
I gotta remember to click that button there for the sound. So let me know if this one comes out screwy or no sound. Okay. I see you and I see me and I see the main
Yes.
screen.
Yes.
All right, let's see what happens. Uh-oh, not that one. Let's do this one. There we go.
Through each day of walking long, as always against the wind, crystal raindrops falling slowly, seeking if I'm thin of skin. Tiny snowflake, cold and white, melt with tear and freeze on lash, removing color from my sight, seal my eyes for final dash. Closing eyes I see in mind, angel on a pillar broken, always running with pain behind, now wishing eyes forever frozen. Snowflake angel, pure and bright, visions please help unlock. So broken angel walks in light, ever in shadow I will walk.
Ooh. Mm. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. And getting lots of love hearts. Juju Bean says, dang. Wow.
That was someone asked me to write a poem about that, so that's all they asked for was about snowflakes, so that kind of went someplace.
It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. Everyone's Storm says that's totally rad. Lotus that says that was really good. Thanks, Doug. Wow. Monkey's like, yeah, intense. Don't blink.
Don't blink, yeah, because there's more of them, unfortunately.
No, it's beautiful. Keep them coming. We want to hear them. We want to see them.
Okay.
Very special. And you also have, is it a YouTube channel, or because you've got this
Yeah,
online too that people can check it out, that we want to talk about so people can follow and support your adventures?
I put link blocks, link panels on my Twitch page
Okay,
to
cool.
link over to YouTube, to link over to Flickr for the photos,
Great.
and to try. And I put Facebook up there too, but we'll see.
All right.
Okay, this one. Oh, for pity's sake. Come here. Start. There we go. Bloody computers.
Silence, hear the cold wind blow, hour of wolf coming near, thump of heart against pillow, soft bed becomes hard beer. Silence, like a cancer grows, brick upon brick, o'er long years. Only she her answer knows, cold sinking chest and loosened tears. Walls built to make us safe, to keep us on our feet. From first cut to final tear, always they accrete. Seek reflection of thy soul in the windows of another. Walls frustrate and need fall, or forever keep asunder. Click, click, cylinder turns. Cockerels stir, nearing to crow. Metal taste, and dry tongue burns. Letters written, ready to go. Touch of fingers, light and small, lead from silent reverie. Feel another solar call, another day to be.
It's beautiful. Words, they're so powerful, aren't they? They're so powerful.
Yeah, well, so was what I was feeling. So
Yeah. Definitely, feel like some of my most creative work has come from my biggest heartbreak and heartache, and it's finding a way to find something positive and beautiful when your world is crumbling, and because it's literally a savior, isn't it? Because so often we put like all our energy maybe sometimes into someone or something or some job, and it may never live up to our expectations, like for one reason or another. So it's
Funny you should mention that,
you know what I mean?
because the next one queued up.
So thank goodness you have a creative source inside you to channel the dark times into something beautiful.
Yeah.
Does it help you release it, the
Yes,
challenges?
I think it does. I mean, I always thought of myself as a builder kind of a person. I mean, 7-foot Lego starships or build wooden treasure chests, building robots or computer networks. A sixth grade speech about Teddy Roosevelt. And
Wow.
anybody I went to school with will know about that one. We all did dress up in costume. Or this one with the poems to try. In some cases, it's just because I felt like it. Like I said, in some cases I had to, but they always, it took the color out of whatever it was I was feeling, took it down a notch. So that by some people would talk, some people would um, some people sing, some people dance or act or cook or draw or sew or anything that makes themselves feel a little bit better. Some people take pictures, some people play cello or guitar.
Yeah.
Everybody can do it. Everybody can do something, and hopefully everyone can find something
Yeah.
that they can do.
To channel the darkness into something positive, because it's easy to keep falling if you don't have a light of some sort.
Everyone has a darkness and a light, but it's what they give the voice to.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
what they do with it.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
with you.
Next one.
30 years of silent striving, now her lips are sealed forever. Angel on a pillar broken, what pain she feels knowing never. Run in place for too long, thought there was a clue. Look around and find none, because they're running too. Whispers loud of conscience, drown ghosts call of heart, but who will be remembered, and at what cost the part? Grasp a slender thread of hope, seek a soul's reflection, an undiscovered country, choose comfort or perfection. Wonder at each sleepy dawn, who will cross the path, to fire effectful dreams of youth, and tear away the masks. Then as tears in falling rain, accept each fall of night, 86,000 beats of heart, forever lost from sight. I know you're out there somewhere, where you can hear my voice, haunted by a legacy, a promise, or a choice.
Love that one.
Your only sickest secrets, we all have them too, but one can't deal with demons by hiding them from view. The past cannot be changed, but can only make it right, through one's pain, another's eased, for a lifetime or a night.
It's very awesome how you put the visuals in as well. Like they're really that image of, oh, keep it together, Gigi. The people sitting back to back and
Oh, with the
the
littler
kids.
people inside.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like we all started off good, and we've all still got that in us. So sometimes it's like, your ego gets so big, or your fear gets so big, or you build up so many barriers because you've
Mhm.
been so hurt that even if you did meet the nicest person in the world that would love you with their heart and soul, you're so guarded and so, you know what I mean? Where in there somewhere is
I, I
that little person
yeah,
that is just love and light.
I have some photos on that in that album, and I'll call them out when I get there. But they are, to me, the greatest proof that hatred is learned.
Yeah.
So if we can get there, I'll call those out.
Yeah, sorry, I'll be quiet.
No, that's okay.
Another really powerful one too is the that gets me. Oh, they're all amazing. They're all very powerful, but obviously the weeping angel and
Yeah,
the hearts, the one in that last one with the heart, with the
he's empty without her, and she's heartless without him.
mm-hmm.
I believe that's the name of that photo, that drawing. Yeah, I like that one a lot too. And that resonated with me a great deal. So I wanted to find some way that that could be used. But the angel on a pillar broken, I like that metaphor a lot as well, because I think there are an awful lot of such people. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, this is the last one I have a video for.
Okay.
Believe I never meant you pain.
Oh,
Your wish I will respect.
there we go.
But feelings quiet I'm not vowed. My thoughts not secrets to be kept. I will not hide away my face. I will not bow, nor will I break. Silent suffer, I will not. I'll absorb the pain, and I will speak. Break my bones, crush my spirit, piss on my clothes, I will endure it. Though precious friends are only few, I stand alone, as if on cue. So please enjoy your quiet life. I don't forget exquisite pain. With my silence as needed price, yet could forgive if you explain. Eternal tears of joy and pain are waiting for their cry. So in this lifetime or another, I'll be back this way to ask you why.
Mm-hmm. Very powerful. Ooh, Dougie.
And for those who haven't figured it out, that's the one that the friend of mine from the unpleasant part of the world suggested. So,
Very powerful, very beautiful, getting lots of love in the room. Very
so
beautiful.
if you'd like, I can read read you one that I haven't finished storyboarding yet.
All right, cool.
See if I can do this without screwing it up too much.
The screw ups are half the fun.
All right. Feel the warm autumn wind in the dying orange light. It sounds the window chimes and portends night. Riding in with the scent of oak leaves on fire, comes the twilight swiftly with meat for the pyre. Apples baked and dipped in cream, slurp and chew till plates gleam. Torrid dance with water stream, soap and bubble, now all clean. Distant trains and clock set chimes, rustling leaves through open window. Books and keyboards between the lines. Now through a mirror and darkly go.
Beautiful.
That one I just felt like the last week or so around here in Iowa has kind of felt that way. Honestly, the window's open. I can hear the leaves rustling in the wind. And from where I live, I can hear the campanile over on the university campus if it's quiet enough or late enough at night. And I can hear trains less than a mile away to the north, and I can hear them through my bedroom window late at night as they go by. So
that's. Do you think that sometimes, like, I find it interesting when I'm writing a song, it almost takes its own entity on. You know what? It almost starts to tell you what the words should be, kind of thing. Like,
yeah,
Mum always said, because she wanted to do a book. My mother, my daughter, my mother. Thanks, Johnny. Johnny's
doing
been
his
amazing.
thing.
Thank you, Johnny. We love you. My mother, my daughter, and I, and it was her mum's perspective, my perspective, and her perspective of the same things. So I'd write and I'd deliver her stuff on napkins and on bits of, scraps of paper. And she's like, it's like a treasure hunt trying to figure out. She said that writing's very Shakespearean. It's so deep. You almost get lost. Like you start off in one thought over here and then you end up going over there. Like I've found, we used to write a lot. But then I kind of feel as you start getting into a poem or a song, it almost starts taking on its own, and it same things with characters and stuff like that. When you start investigating them and working with them and stuff, and all of a sudden it becomes so full of life, they sort of lead you in the right direction. I've always found a love of words, and I find it really interesting when I there are people that aren't much into words. I'm like, how could you? It's like the key to your soul, isn't it? Like there's so beautiful. Like remember when we used to write letters to each other? Remember when the first poem that you ever got from someone, or a song that someone's written about you? Like it's a pretty cool thing. That's an amazing gift.
Yes,
Really
it is.
Beautiful gift. And it doesn't happen very much.
I kind of think the people who maybe don't like words very much maybe are the kind of people who don't say very much because maybe they don't think they have much to say, or maybe there's no one there listening.
Or don't know how to express it.
That could be too.
I don't know.
But maybe if it's words that they're not good at, then maybe there is something else.
Yeah.
Maybe they play drums. Maybe they dig the perfect ditch. Whatever it is, that there's something that they can find satisfaction in themselves, I guess.
Liv Mann says sometimes you don't need words. All it takes is just a look. That's true. That is very true.
Yeah. There are a few things that words can't do, but a touch on the shoulder or a look, yes, raised eyebrow, or a hug, or a fist.
I want to see your photos.
Okay.
Photos.
Let me see if I can get this shared right. Let's see.
Liv Mann says that's the last time he's going to be sentimental.
Don't be, my friend. You have something to say too. Not everyone will agree with you, and I've spent a lot of time being concerned about whether people will agree with me, and sometimes I care and sometimes I just don't care.
Yeah, I got to the stage of now just letting stuff go, because I feel like sometimes it's hard to. I feel like sometimes I feel like sometimes when you're really honest and open, it scares people. Like, I feel like sometimes
It does.
I've truly shown my heart to people, and it's frightened them, and it wasn't meant to frighten. It was meant to just say, I love you so much.
That
This is how I feel. And I
that
think sometimes
has
that terrifies people.
that has happened to me. So I know exactly what that's like.
And then it's misconstrued into something totally, and then it's it gets layer upon layer of lost in translation kind of thing, and then all of a sudden
Right.
erupts in a
It
weird
blows up.
situation.
Yeah. But I think I as much as everyone has their own thing in the tribe here that you've been building, I think we need Live Man too.
Oh, 100%. He's the rock.
So
He's a
okay,
hippie at heart.
I might I think Carl would deny it, but I have two pictures in here if we get to them that I wonder if they might have been him or someone that they maybe cloned him from. So we'll see.
Let's have a look. Who's this?
This is a friend of mine for about 45 years that I took at a class reunion, and he's amazing in his own way. He's a long distance runner.
Wow.
He was a drummer in a rock band for a number of years. He works night at a printing as a newspaper printer. I think he's getting his captain's license to run sailboats down in the Caribbean. So amazing guy. But this is just pictures that I take a lot of pictures because I see something that existed, and I existed at that moment too, and I want to remember that. And I picked these out because I wanted those to be shared. Maybe someone else sees what I see, so we'll see. So after the class reunion, that was Friday night in a small Iowa town, and then Sunday morning would be this one, which I'll steal a line from another show that I liked, but in memory undimmed is what I like to call this one. So I'll get on with it.
Wow, is that a real icicle?
Yes, it is.
Wow,
And
is that in Iowa?
It is. I have another picture of me holding a similar one of the similar size. Ice sword, I guess you want to call that.
It really is. It looks like something the White Walkers would be.
Maybe. And this one is at my father's grave in Iowa City. And a little bit up the hill.
There you go.
A little bit up the hill, this is a place, I don't know, maybe if Ashley and Ginger might know about this too, but it's called the Black Angel. And it's cursed.
Oh.
To my knowledge, it's true. You touch it and something unlucky is going to happen.
Yeah. What? Is that a real thing?
Yeah. Ask Ash and Ginger. That's Western Gateway Park in Des Moines. Some sculptures down there. I think you might recognize these,
Some
Ginger.
fire spinning.
Uh-huh. They lit up the night.
Wow, that's awesome.
Get it?
Yep. That's really cool. Wow. Look at that. That looks like they're snake serpent dragons.
Yeah. I know perfectly well that I frelled up the exposure on the camera, but
it looks great.
Yeah, the effect, it was a mistake, but if I had used a faster shutter speed, then I would have captured them as points. But this looks, I think, even cooler.
It looks really cool.
I'll call this an artistic mistake, I guess.
It's amazing. They look like creatures.
I have more of them, but I thought these might be the best. So
Yes, they're amazing.
I think there's that one. It's just kind of a lacy little
Look, it looks like a
lines of
snake.
lights.
Yeah.
Let me
Wow.
see what we got here.
Whoa.
That's an Iowa thunderstorm.
I feel like that's what I drove through today to get the hard drive. I haven't been in rain like that for years. Like it rains heavy in Australia, but
The
can't remember the last
I
time I saw rain in LA.
I wish I could have taken pictures of the derecho that came through here because I kid
Oh,
you not, the wind was hurricane strength horizontal,
oh,
blowing the rain fully horizontally for at least 10-20 minutes. So
are the crows?
yeah, sometimes if you listen to it in just the right way, sometimes you can think maybe the crows are laughing.
Oh. Whoa. What's that?
Frankly, I don't know, but it looked cool to me. I would guess it was obviously somewhere off near the horizon.
Hmm.
Maybe somebody's smokestack, or I had burning leaves, but it was a very calm day, no
Oh,
wind at all. So,
yeah.
and I've got a whole slew of these as well as video that I have yet to put together, stitch together into something to put on YouTube.
Mm.
But I thought I couldn't pass up the opportunity. These monks from Tibet came all the way to the United States on a tour. They were here for 3 days. Then they built that mandala you see on the table with one colored grain of salt at a time. They use these little
Wow.
flute-like things, and they tap them, tap, 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 one grain at a time for 3 days. And then they put the flower down in the center, and they blow horns and ring bells, and then they destroy it and with brushes.
Hmm.
And they pick it up and they put it in bags. They walked it out of the building and over to a creek and poured all the sand into the creek.
Whoa. Beautiful.
Very Buddhist. And I've got video of
Mm.
all that too. So I just couldn't pass up the chance. If they're going to come here, I'm not going to miss that. So this is pictures
That's nice.
from some of the festivals that I go to.
How happy everyone is.
This one was a drum and dance circle at some place called Celebration. Note
Beautiful.
the use of words.
Hmm.
It was a celebration of Asian culture, and so they just kind of mashed it together.
That's beautiful.
I could have put a lot of food porn in these pictures because that's a lot of what they serve at these festivals too.
Yes, I
But
love those festivals.
I do have plenty of food porn and other nature porn pics, but I wanted these because I wanted to capture, to show the capture of these moments.
Hmm.
So one of the guys on the drums, my daughter joining in on that,
That's awesome.
the brown shirt.
Yes.
Yes, this is a real thing.
Yuck!
Actually, my niece loves this.
No.
She when she was in middle school, we would always ask her, would she like a little pickle with her juice?
Ooh.
She just, I don't know, but it's a real deal. It exists.
Oh, yum. That looks amazing. Oh, now you're
This
making me
is
hungry.
this is called momo. It's a Nepalese thing, dumplings and sauce that I found I found it at a international food festival here at the university, and then they serve that at the food festivals in Des Moines now and then.
It looks delicious.
That is a old-time steam tractor. I thought it was kind of cool showing
Really cool.
how deep those impressions really are. Those things are frelling heavy. This set of pictures is from a festival that's been going on for about 70 years down in Mount Pleasant, Iowa, called the Old Threshers Reunion.
Hmm.
They're all about trains and steam power and antique cars and all kinds of stuff. My father used to take us there when we were young. There's one blowing up some
Wow.
steam. And they had running trains, and it was the cool thing to take a coin and put it on the track in front of the railroad train as it come by,
Yeah.
smash that coin flat, and you pick it
Wow.
up. I wish I still had some, but yeah, there's a real one. That's a full-size real train they run during the festival.
Cool.
And that is how big some of those steam tractor wheels are.
That's crazy.
Let's see how we're doing on time. Oh, I better pick it up a
Wow.
little bit. So
Beautiful.
end of the day on one of those World Food Festival things. Children
Gosh, look how
dancing,
happy they are.
and more children dancing. That I loved about when, especially when this particular food festival was still in the East Village before they moved it to the bridge and then out to Western Gateway Park, is they seemed to have more children doing their thing.
Yeah.
That
That's
is
cool.
edge on from this is a bridge over the river in Des Moines called the Women of Achievement Bridge. And this was just a couple of kids rocking out in front of that band all half the night.
That's fantastic.
And
Oh, so
this kid
happy.
just rocking out with some guy drumming on some buckets. That was the most interesting thing at the moment.
That's awesome.
And this and the next one.
That's beautiful.
This
Beautiful.
hatred is learned. I was watching these guys do a taiko drum demonstration. I love those drums, those Japanese drum things.
Yes.
And then these two kids just kind of started doing
Bonded.
their thing in front of me
Yeah.
like that.
Just look, just love, 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 all love.
And I think these guys, I don't know if Trip might know these, Brazilian Two Winds.
Wow. Look at their
And
outfits.
yeah, and some other bands. There's Des Moines got another one, a Greek food festival, Greek ethnic, at a Greek Orthodox church on the north side. And this is just these guys practice out there doing their dance thing.
That's lovely.
Okay, this should be the last of the festival bits, and I count the Iowa State Fair for the
Yeah.
last 150 years, if I recall. Gooseman. Yeah,
Look at them, they're all dressed up.
yeah, this guy is a thing.
That's hysterical. That's beautiful.
And my daughter again trying to reach into that fountain.
Wow.
The ice cream. This one, honestly, I've got another picture from a trip to Austin about horrifying vegans for X number of years.
Oh my goodness.
Honestly, I ought to hang that sign on this one, but
Terrifying.
yeah, how many vegans would you show that to just to scare them off? Ferris wheel at the Midway at State Fair, another one-man band kind of guy. And quickly, a woman I've known since high school, she has a dance troupe that for the last 25 years in Cedar Rapids. Her name's Tiffany. And this is her living her dream, is teaching
Ooh.
these young girls. And then she has a bunch of adult women that they go and they perform for professionally. So she teaches at all age levels.
Wow.
A grape stomp. I don't know if you recognize what this is.
Looks delicious.
It's called a funnel cake.
Yum.
Okay, trip pictures. So this should be the last big batch. This is one of them that I thought Live Man might have been cloned from, possibly, back in the day.
What do you think, Liv Man?
So Sphinx on the Thames, and that was my daughter being royally. This was over near Hyde Park. It was probably a screw up on the lens flare and the camera, but it looked pretty
amazing.
cool to me. So
It looks like a star coming down, doesn't it?
or something.
Wow.
So
That's
Okay.
awesome.
That's the mall from.
Oh, your sound just cut out. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? The sound just cut out. Can you hear me? Hello? That was weird. You can hear me? Can't hear you. Can you hear me, guys? I can't. Hang on. Can you? Oh, there you go. Doug? Can you hear me? What? That's really... Yes, we can hear you, but not Doug. Same. What happened there? Turn off your meeting and come back. You know what I mean? Sorry, guys. We're going to get Dougie in here to say good night and sweet dreams, but it just cut off. While we're waiting for Doug to return, I want to show you this. We're going to hang out tomorrow at Eventbrite, and we've got tickets still available. It's lots of fun. We zoom in and we hang out with each other. We get to see each other face to face, and it's very special for about an hour. So come and chill with us. Hi, Jeremy. There he is. Did it work? Hello? I can see he's entered. Also, I'll give you a rundown for the week. Doug?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes. Must have
Okay.
just something weird happened.
Yeah, blame Windows or something.
Windows.
Let me get the last set of pictures. Okay. See if I can make it work. Okay. You see that Hare Krishna in pink back in the center in the rear?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Could have been Carl. I don't know.
Carl. Carl's gone quiet. He's probably gone to bed. He's like, I'm done with you two.
Hey, these are all public on my Flickr, so you can go find them.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, some museum in London.
Cool.
This one I'm just going to call Boo.
That's awesome. Ooh, spooky.
Maybe Carl put up this poster. I don't know.
Straight the party at Carl's house.
Note the second and third line.
Bring your bottle and your friends. I love it.
After somebody, yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I was trying to get a picture of the Tate Modern and the Millennium Bridge, and then this thing wandered into view. A rubbish eater.
Wow. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those memorial monument things near Buckingham Palace. This one really spoke to me because of the mishmash of antique and modern that I found all over London, and this just seemed the perfect example of it.
That's really cool.
This was a friend of mine and her wife that I met on a trip. She writes, I think for a long time she was writing some blog about death as in the Grim Reaper and as a sort of a comedic, sarcastic thing. And now she's writing essays about serial killers or something.
Oh, nice. Intense.
Okay. It was a day like this when I was walking back and forth to work on a day like this when I felt the thing about writing that snowflake poem. So
magical.
And one day later I'm in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I see this. So and then the next day I'm in New Orleans and I see this. And this and that, and these folks who decided to ham it up a little as I was leaving the building these folks were running the conference.
Um,
So
that's cool. I love that.
yeah, not sure if you was there ever a place in your life you would wear something like that though?
Oh, every day.
Okay. And then
I
and
Comic
then
Con for sure.
and then Skywalker would be looking up at you and going, "I don't know you."
Mummy. I should get a little one for Sky.
Yeah.
Ah, that's
And
cool.
my daughter was just loving the souvenirs from Baton Rouge. So,
Wow. That's
and
awesome.
yeah, Airline Witch on Halloween.
Huh.
Okay, this one needs needs a 2-second explanation. This was in Austin, Texas, and we were all standing on this bridge over the river in downtown Austin, and there was a day that like 200,000 bats at twilight all fly out from underneath the bridge all at once. It's
Ooh.
supposed to happen every year. I think we missed it, but we were trying. I wish I could have gotten that picture. Something from Philadelphia in the old downtown, 200, 300-year-old section of town. And somewhat nearby.
That's great.
And I think that was the next night after dinner, and I should have come back, but I didn't, so.
Wow.
I gotta throw in the political one for a moment, every now and then. I've got a few like that, but we can't, these people exist and can't ignore them. So this was a store in the university town section of Albuquerque, and they did nothing but sell cookies.
Yum. That looks delicious.
And that was kind of outside the store.
Really pretty.
And apparently this is a famous place throughout New Mexico that sells green chili burgers with red or green chili on it. Yeah, I think they kind of went in a direction with their baggage.
That's great.
And
Whoa.
Albuquerque again. And one more from Albuquerque. And this guy was on the bus from the hotel out to the airport, and he just had a lot to say that day. And the next year, okay, I'll try and speed it up, but this is a midnight military rocket launch from Cape Canaveral in Florida. I don't know what part of Florida you're in right now, but you probably wouldn't see much because they're probably not launching anything. But a guy I knew from the conference had tracked it and was into that thing, and he knew when they were going to fire it off. So we drove over there and stood there for 3 hours waiting for it, and there it went. I've got some video of it taking off, but the audio is terrible with all the wind from the water. So, and this was just before California started getting locked down in March out at San Francisco. And I just wanted to, this just spoke, that's that Otis Redding song, Sitting by the Dock of the Bay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Very cool.
And just seemed like a couple of good few pictures to pull out of this little trip around the bay. Frankly, I think I ought to sell this one. I mean, because this looks like something I could sell for an advertiser or something.
Right.
And under the bridge, the sun peeking through. And what is San Francisco pictures if you don't have a cable car picture?
Yeah.
From another cable car. The Chinatown Gate, the Dragon Gate. And on the way, I think this is the last one. On the way back to Berkeley on the BART train, these guys just got up and started jumping and dancing around like this.
Cool.
I think they were freaked out when I took pictures. Apparently there's some local ordinance that if you don't like what somebody's doing on the BART trains, you could take pictures and report them. Maybe they were freaked out about it or something.
Oh, I see.
So
Very cool, Doug. Thank you for your trip throughout your adventures. It's very, very, very special. Thank you. And all these are on your Flickr, so people can check them out on Flickr. And then
They are.
what are you? Are you on Twitter and Instagram and all that fun stuff too?
I haven't found, other than following other people, I haven't found much use yet for Instagram and Twitter. I thought about putting these up on Instagram, but honestly, it just wouldn't let me do what I wanted to do with the photos.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll pick some out to put there, but I am there, but I really right now just use it to follow others. But if you go to DCS Deep on Twitch, I've got some links on the About page that'll take you to the Flickr pictures and the YouTube stuff.
All right, beautiful.
So,
Well, I got to go look after my little baby girl, but you're amazing. Thank you for popping in, and huge, huge, huge virtual good vibes to you and all the Twitch tribe. We've got a very, very exciting week planned. Tomorrow, Jake's coming in. We'll be kicking off again at 1 o'clock tomorrow. We'll be going from 1 maybe to even a little bit. Oh, actually, no, 1 to 9:15 tomorrow. Jake's going to be coming on. We'll be playing games in the early part. And then Wednesday, we have an amazing cosplayer, Kay Josephine. She's going to be joining us in the later part of the day, but we'll be doing our games and fun stuff as well. We're going to experiment with a few different games this week. And then on Thursday, Abby Candy's coming back. She's going to cosplay as Zan. She's going to do the makeup from human to Zan. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I'm assuming it's going to take probably a good 3-hour slot, because Zan's makeup was about 3.5 hours, as well as cheese. And then Friday, Jeremy's coming back on the show too. So we're packing as much in as we possibly can, but sending lots of good vibes. Nice to see you, Dougie.
thank you.
Have a beautiful night.
Give it a try.
Come on. Bye. Yay. Well, that was lots of fun, guys. I got to go. Thank you for an awesome stream. We're sitting at 7 hours and 17 minutes and 20 seconds. Can you believe it? Oh my goodness. Here is the hangout that we're going to be doing tomorrow. Again, if you missed it, please come and hang out with us. It's going to be lots of fun. If you're new to the channel, press follow. I think one of our buttons wasn't working in the end there, but the girls will be onto it, I know, because they're amazing. Here's the little hangout if you want to chill out with us tomorrow after the stream. But yeah, we'll be playing games all day again tomorrow from 1 till 9 p.m. Jake will be joining us in the evening, and we'll be then hanging out on Zoom. And now I'm going to play you a little song from my website. Here's the website. It's my website. There's a shop there. Lots of cool autograph photos and fun stuff. And here we have links to all the good stuff, and I'm going to play you some music. Have a beautiful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
I wanted love, I needed love, most of all, someone said true love was dead, and I'm bound to fall for you. What can I do?
Take my badge, but my heart remains loving you, baby child. Tighten up on your reins, you're running wild, you're running wild, it's true. What can I do? Sick for days in so many ways. I'm aching now, I'm aching now. It's times like these Oh, show me how to get it right. It's out of sight. When I was young and moving fast, nothing slowed me down. Oh, slowed me down. Now I let the others pass. I've come around. Oh, come around, 'cause I've found living just to keep going just to be sane, all the while not knowing it's such a shame. I don't need to get steady, I know just how I feel. I'm telling